Hello everyone, I'm Giga from Georgia, and today I'm gonna tell you 7 the most common mistakes tourists make while traveling in Georgia. Number 1. Planning. There are lots of travelers who arrive in Georgia and then they discover some beautiful place and try to get there, but then it becomes difficult and costs much more than it would cost if they book it in advance. So try to plan trip in advance, try to book everything, all services and hotels, to avoid some misunderstandings and to skip some beautiful destinations. Canyons, caves, mountain area, rivers, seaside or old towns, monasteries, churches, castles. The range of choices is pretty wide. So if you don't want to waste time and take maximum from this beautiful country, try to plan everything in advance. Use TripAdvisor, blogs, some blog posts, articles, ask opinion to locals. There are lots of ways to plan trip well in advance and not to waste time on the trip. Number 2, don't spend all night in one city. There are lots of tourists make these mistakes. If they arrive in Tbilisi, they book one hotel for 5 or 6 nights and they try to organize their trips from there. In this case, they skip a chance to visit some amazing places like Swaneti, Batumi, Ajara, canyons, caves and other beautiful places. Yes, of course, you can visit these places on day trips, but in this case you need to drive 10-15 hours and I'm sure you're not going to spend your whole days in a car. So I suggest to overnight in different cities and towns to explore the whole country and to take maximum from it. Number 3, local food. I have met some travelers who try to avoid Georgian kitchen and eat only at their country's restaurants or at fast foods. Georgia has one of the most delicious kitchen across the world. Khachapuri, khinkali, chkhmeruli, chakapuli, sinori, elaji and so on. All of these dishes are extremely delicious and satisfying. If you are blessed enough to arrive in Georgia, try to use every single chance to try new and delicious Georgian food. I can understand that some people might have some health problems or don't like international food, but trust me, every single person from every country can find their favorite food in Georgian kitchen. So I suggest not to avoid Georgian food. Don't avoid Georgian food, it's really cool. Number 4, wine. Georgia is homeland of wine. This is well-known fact. We were the very first people starting making wine from grapes 8,000 years ago. But this does not mean that everywhere in Georgia is sold good wine. In most tourist areas there is sold pretty shitty wine. If you try wine everywhere, trust me, you will hate the name of Georgian wine. There are some nice places where you can find really high quality Georgian wine that are not that expensive. These places are family wineries like Bias Wine near Kutaisi and Dimitri's Winery in Borjomi. Also, they have good wine stores in wine galleries and shops like Satnaheli that is located in Kutaisi and 800 Vintage that is located in Tbilisi. Anyways, I suggest not to try everything that has a label of Georgian wine. Number 5, tourist traps. The amount of tourists increased by 30% every year in Georgia. That's a lot. More tourists means more tourist traps for them. Some taxi drivers, tour operators, nightclubs, souvenir shops and so on. There are individuals and companies who try to cheat tourists and to rob them. Last summer there was one case when some guys paid $80 to a taxi driver for 18 kilometers driving. They wanted to travel from Tbilisi to Black Side, that is actually 400 kilometers away. But the taxi driver took them to Tbilisi Sea and told them that it was Black Sea. Come on guys, just be aware. Explore in advance where you go and how much it actually costs to avoid tourist traps. Number 6, trading. We Georgians are not get used to trade and negotiate. It's just not part of our culture. We are very honest people and if Georgians say that something costs $10, it actually costs $10 and there is no room for negotiation. Most of us take it disrespectful to trade too much. I, as a tour operator, had lots of cases asking for a discount, but I reject and say no because we try our best to provide minimum prices. We use formulas from microeconomics to decrease the prices of packages maximally. And when someone comes and asks for discounts, we just roll our eyes back and just say no. So don't try to negotiate with Georgians. You can do it maximum one time. Number 7, take local guide. Reading about country and traveling there is a good way of exploring, but if you don't take local guide, you might have wrong information about lots of things. Professional guide will tell you history and facts about country, will take you to interesting places, and will make your trip much more exciting than you could ever imagine. If you can't afford a private tour, you always can join group. There are lots of tour operators providing a group tours that is a much cheaper option than taking taxi or renting a car. Tour operators have professional guides who are very friendly and informative. At least after tour you will have one local friend. Use these tips and don't make the same mistakes as other travelers do while traveling in Georgia. See you again.